So, you've been hearing all this noise about the Sailing Pathway, right? Oh, you didn't get the memo? Okay, here's the deal. When you get a kid into sailing, it's awesome. When you get them into Tackers 1, it's like hooking a fish on a line. The kids get so excited for sailing. Tackers 1, Tackers 2 and Tackers 3, triple whammy. The kids have rocked all 3 levels of Tackers, made friends, had water fights with the instructors, crashed the boats into each other, got the t-shirt, got the certificate, spent the summer holidays at the sailing club and given the instructors nicknames. Tackers has been like an all-inclusive holiday, everything included in the price, the games, the boats, the fun, the instructors, the t-shirts and the dodgy sausages that get cooked up at the end of the course. The parents are thinking, this is amazing. We're not even members of the club and it's been the best experience we've had in any sport. If it's this good as a non-member, just imagine how good it's going to be when we join the club. They are in. They want to be part of the club. Tell the membership secretary to brace themselves to work overtime. So what happens next? It's usually GreenFleet. Sometimes we've got this next step really wrong. We don't explain the pathway to kids and parents, so they don't know what is next, so they don't continue sailing. We confuse parents with lots of information about boat types. We lose a few kids whose parents find a simpler sport. We make the parents buy a boat. The kid forfeits Christmas and birthday presents to get the boat. We lose a few kids whose parents can't or won't buy them a boat. We don't have the same awesome instructors that the kids loved, delivering the next step. We lose a few kids because they know they have an awesome coach at soccer, cricket or netball. We mix groups of kids up, so you have some kids who are really talented, progressing and loving it, but there are some kids who are just starting out in club sailing. They get disheartened and we lose a few. We focus on competition, even if we say it's not serious competition, and the winners keep sailing and some of the losers are lost from the sport for good. When the focus on developing skills through fun games is lost, the reason why kids participate in sport in the first place is lost. But this doesn't mean we are promoting an anti-competition, anti-racing stance. It just means we have to think about the phasing of competition, the way we structure practice, the way we define and celebrate kids' success. So let's look at a better way to deliver GreenFleet. First up, let's work out what the goal of GreenFleet is. Is it the transition of participants from learn to sail to ongoing club sailing? Keeping kids happy, confident and motivated to keep sailing and progressing? Maybe it's a chance for kids to find out what type of sailing they'd like to do next, showing them the options and building their confidence to choose and take the next step.
The kids have loved Tackers, so the benchmark's been set. GreenFleet needs to be just as fun. If the kids have progressed through all 3 levels of Tackers, GreenFleet's the next step, and it's crucial to retaining them in ongoing sailing at the club. Tackers has 3 distinct levels: Tackers 1, Tackers 2 and Tackers 3. And in between those levels, kids might participate in practice called Tackers Fleet. The next step after Tackers 3 is GreenFleet, and that's distinct from Tackers Fleet, which is about practicing skills from the Tackers programme, and GreenFleet is the next progression on. So GreenFleet is different to Tackers because it involves moving from a syllabus to much more creative thinking and planning that's based around the individuals within the group. The focus is still on fun, and you can use all the Tackers games within GreenFleet and just adapt them as the kids progress and they feel more confident. GreenFleet isn't a set number of hours or a course like Tackers, but you might want to put some sort of structure around it. GreenFleet is for kids who've already learned to sail. It's not an introductory learn to sail program, it's something that they progress to on the pathway, and it's stage 4 of the pathway that leads to ongoing participation at the club. So Tackers doesn't have any competition in it, but within GreenFleet you've got the opportunity to gradually introduce racing through the introductory rules. But remember, it's about a broader program with games and activities and engaging kids in the club that make GreenFleet very distinct from other programs. So you can have GreenFleet both at a club and at a regatta level, and they're 2 quite different things, but they're based on the same principles of fun and games mixed in with introductory racing. At a regatta it's likely to be much more structured with more participants from different clubs. Whereas at a club, it's something that the kids might participate in every week with the same instructor, lots of fun and lots of games. But in many ways, GreenFleet at a club and GreenFleet at a regatta are similar. The values are still around fun and games and engaging kids, and it's not about winning, it's about participating and developing skills and confidence. For kids participating in GreenFleet away from their own club at a regatta, it can be quite daunting. So it's really important that race officials think about how they can make the event welcoming and fun for kids. It's not about who wins and loses, it's about making sure that those kids want to come back next year and keep participating. It's really important that you talk to your race officials and your regatta managers about how to deliver GreenFleet, and try to look at some good examples available to you on the Yachting Australia website. So there are a few really important things to remember at GreenFleet. And the first one is having kids of about the same ability. So GreenFleet is for kids that have come out of a Learn to Sail program, or TACAS 3, and they've all got about the same level of skill development. If you spread the ability too wide, kids either get bored or frustrated, or they feel like they're not achieving anything. If you're a big club and you've got lots of kids wanting to do GreenFleet, split them into groups, and that might be offering an after-school GreenFleet and a weekend GreenFleet, or however you want to structure it, but just keep the group size between 8 and 12 kids. Having some sort of structure to GreenFleet is important, so X number of weeks, and it's usually best to align that with school terms, helps the kids understand how they're going to progress, and helps you as a club to organise it really well. Another critical part of GreenFleet is having instructors or coaches that the kids can relate to. So it's the same type of instructors that they've really enjoyed in TACAS come back and deliver GreenFleet. You don't need to be a club coach to deliver GreenFleet, a good instructor will be able to deliver the program. So the reason that we use games to learn skills is that they're actually the easiest way for kids to learn. They learn without really realising, and it's much more fun. A really effective instructor will get the kids to pick the games that they want to play and understand which skills that those will develop. It makes the sessions much more exciting. The kids feel like they've got a sense of ownership on what they're doing. Within sessions, skill development through games should be at least 60% of the session. This is because it keeps it fun, interesting, and keeps the momentum of the session going. You then intersperse that with races using the introductory rules that are away from main club racing completely. The ideal group size for GreenFleet is between 8 and 12 kids, each in their own boat. Any bigger and you start to lose the individual attention that the instructor can give the kids, and any smaller and you can't really play the games. For many families, especially those from non-sailing background, having to buy a boat after TACAS 3 is still a really big commitment, so clubs should think about offering club boats. And GreenFleet can be delivered in a plastic oppie or an Optimist or any other class that's suitable for this age group, but it's really important that you offer boats to people who don't have their own. For GreenFleet to really succeed in transitioning kids from TACAS and Learn to Sail into ongoing club membership and activity, it's really important to think about the broader club engagement. That includes off-water activities and social events, and how you engage the whole family. Think about that as a club, and particularly for GreenFleet kids who've come out of a very structured, nurturing environment in TACAS, make sure it's just the same in GreenFleet so that they still feel part of the club and that they want to continue participating. The key thing to remember at GreenFleet is kids don't stay in the program for more than 1 or 2 seasons. It's not something they keep doing forever. They make a decision with the help of the instructors and their parents that after GreenFleet they might move into social sailing or into ongoing club racing, but it's important that clubs offer those 2 options. Most people think GreenFleet is just about using the ISAF introductory rules. There's a whole heap more to GreenFleet. It's about structuring skill development through games, gradually introducing competition but keeping the focus on fun, and it's about that whole process of how we engage kids in the club and their families for ongoing sailing. The ISAF introductory rules are really important in regattas, and it's important that race management and club officials understand them and the broader process of engaging kids through GreenFleet. As race officials, you're really looking to make it as easy as possible for kids to participate. And for people organising the races, think about things like a separate briefing for GreenFleet, instructors to deliver some games around the programme, and really taking the emphasis away from competition and back on just participating and taking part. It's part of an ongoing pathway, and keeping that emphasis on fun will make sure that you retain kids so that when they come back next year, they're in the intermediate or open fleet and feeling much more confident. So there's two quick key ingredients to retaining kids in any sport that we need to think about in GreenFleet. The first of those is provide them with a sense of belonging. So they need to feel a sense of belonging with the sport, the club and the group that they're with. So immerse them in the club and help them feel comfortable and part of what's going on. The second key ingredient is helping them to feel like they're achieving something, that what they're doing is developing their skills and confidence and they're having fun while they're doing it. If you can include these two key ingredients, you'll retain kids in the sport. When you open up GreenFleet to be more than just about racing and the introductory rules, you start to understand what an amazing way it is to keep kids in the sport, and it's part of an ongoing pathway that you need to consider offering at the club. To find out more about GreenFleet, head to the Yachting Australia website and have a look on the participation tab. You can also contact your state yachting association for help and support on delivering a GreenFleet programme. And remember, for all the instructors out there, visit the Tackers Instructor Facebook page and find loads more information, case studies and ideas on how to deliver GreenFleet effectively.